5 early signs that may indicate the final year of life. Has someone you love started showing subtle but concerning changes over the past year? Many people believe that death in old age happens suddenly, but the truth is, the body often sends quiet warnings, sometimes months, even a full year in advance. The problem? These signs can be so small at first that they go unnoticed. It's only later, looking back, that families realize the clues were there all along. But by then, it's too late to prepare, too late to make those final moments truly count. In this video, we're going to discuss 5 key signs that frequently appear in the year leading up to an elderly person's passing. Some of them might be things you've noticed but dismissed as just aging. Others might seem minor but actually signal a deeper decline. Recognizing these signs early allows you to provide better care, create meaningful memories, and most importantly, ensure your loved one's final stage of life is filled with comfort, dignity, and peace. Stay with us until the end, because understanding these signs now can help you prepare emotionally and practically for what lies ahead. When you know what to expect, you won't be caught off guard. You'll be able to cherish the time you have left with those you love. Let's begin. 1. Unexplained weight loss. One of the earliest and most telling signs that a person may be approaching their final year of life is unexpected weight loss. It might start subtly, a belt that suddenly needs tightening, clothes fitting looser, or a once hearty appetite beginning to fade. Over time, family members might notice more pronounced changes, a frailer frame, thinner arms and legs, or a general decrease in energy. Many dismiss it as just another part of aging, but unintentional weight loss is rarely harmless and often signals deeper physiological changes. As the body slows down, it may struggle to absorb nutrients efficiently. Metabolism shifts, muscle mass decreases, and digestion weakens, not just due to age, but because the body itself is conserving energy for essential functions. The appetite diminishes, not out of choice, but because the body no longer processes food the way it once did. This loss of strength doesn't just make movement harder, it also weakens the immune system, making the person more vulnerable to infections, illnesses, and even minor injuries that previously would have healed quickly. At this stage, forcing large meals often isn't the solution. In fact, eating too much at once can cause discomfort, bloating, or even nausea. Instead, focusing on smaller, nutrient-rich foods such as smoothies, soups, or protein-rich snacks can be more effective. Ensuring hydration is also crucial, as dehydration can further exacerbate weakness and cognitive decline. Providing meals that are easy to eat and digest, while also respecting the person's natural appetite, can make a significant difference in maintaining their comfort and overall well-being. 2. Persistent fatigue and weakness. This isn't just ordinary tiredness after a long day, it's a profound exhaustion that doesn't go away with rest. Suddenly, getting out of bed feels like a struggle, as if even the simplest movements require an immense amount of effort. Walking across the room becomes daunting. Activities that once felt second nature, cooking, dressing, even holding a conversation, now seem exhausting and overwhelming. Instead of waking up refreshed, they may wake up just as tired as before, needing more time in bed and frequent naps throughout the day. This extreme fatigue happens because the body is shifting its focus from activity to preservation. The heart no longer pumps as efficiently, circulation slows, and muscles receive less oxygen. every function of the body begins to prioritize essential processes over movement and exertion. As a result, physical energy declines and the desire for activity diminishes. Sleep becomes deeper and more prolonged, with waking hours becoming shorter and less active. Many individuals may even experience moments of being partially awake but disengaged from their surroundings, choosing rest over conversation or interaction. For loved ones, witnessing this change can be difficult and deeply emotional. But understanding that this is the body's natural way of transitioning can help bring clarity and peace. Instead of encouraging unnecessary activity, offering support through comfort, allowing them to rest without guilt, creating peaceful moments of presence and focusing on relaxation rather than stimulation can make all the difference in ensuring they feel loved, safe, and cared for in these final stages. 3. Cognitive changes and emotional withdrawal. You might start to notice your loved one forgetting things more often, struggling to follow conversations, or seeming confused in familiar places. This isn't just typical age-related forgetfulness, it's a sign that the brain, like the rest of the body, is beginning to slow down. As circulation weakens and oxygen supply to the brain decreases, cognitive function declines. This can manifest as increased forgetfulness, trouble recognizing familiar faces or places, mood swings or emotional detachment, less interest in conversations or social interactions. Some seniors even experience moments of sudden clarity followed by deep confusion. They may withdraw from family gatherings not because they don't care, but because their mind simply doesn't process engagement the same way it once did. For families, this can feel like losing a loved one before they are actually gone. The best thing you can do is meet them where they are, offering gentle conversation, reassurance, and a calm environment where they feel safe and loved. 4. Frequent infections and slow healing. As the body weakens, so does the immune system. What once was a minor cold now lingers for weeks, turning into a persistent struggle. Small cuts that used to heal in days now take weeks, and even minor scrapes can lead to infections. The body's natural defenses are no longer as strong, making common illnesses like pneumonia, urinary tract infections, or skin sores not only more frequent but also harder to fight off. Even antibiotics, once reliable, may become less effective, leaving infections lingering or recurring. What was once a routine sickness can now become a serious health threat. Sometimes these infections don't present in the usual way. There may be no fever or visible signs of distress. Instead, you might notice subtle but concerning changes. Increased fatigue, moments of confusion, or a sudden disinterest in food and water. These small shifts can indicate that the body is struggling more than it appears on the surface. At this stage, aggressive medical treatments often provide little relief. Instead, the focus turns to comfort and quality of life, keeping them hydrated, ensuring their skin is well cared for, and making sure they are as pain-free and comfortable as possible. This is the time to provide gentle care, to be present, and to offer emotional support, making sure they feel safe and surrounded by love in these difficult moments. 5. Changes in breathing and circulation. One of the most telling signs that life is entering its final stage is a change in breathing patterns and circulation. You may notice your loved one breathing more slowly or shallowly. Sometimes there are long pauses between breaths, or their breathing might become irregular, speeding up, then slowing down unexpectedly. This irregularity, often called Cheney-Stokes breathing, is a common occurrence as the body prepares for its final transition. Another significant change is cold extremities. Hands, feet, and even the nose or ears may feel colder to the touch, and the skin might take on a bluish or mottled appearance. This happens because the body is prioritizing blood flow to the most vital organs, reducing circulation to the extremities. In some cases, you may also notice the fingertips or nails turning slightly purple, indicating diminished oxygen levels in the blood. Shortness of breath, even with minimal movement, can become more pronounced. Speaking, sitting up, or changing positions might leave them winded. Some individuals experience fluid buildup in the lungs, leading to a persistent cough or a gurgling sound when breathing, commonly known as the death rattle. While distressing for loved ones to hear, this sound is usually painless for the person experiencing it. For families, witnessing these changes can be overwhelming, but they are a natural part of the body's transition. The best thing you can do is provide comfort, keeping the room cool using a humidifier, offering small sips of water, adjusting pillows to aid breathing, and ensuring they feel safe and at ease. Gentle reassurance, soft music, and holding their hand can provide a deep sense of peace during these final moments. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this discussion, take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. Unexplained weight loss, persistent fatigue and weakness, cognitive decline and emotional withdrawal, frequent infections and slow healing, changes in breathing and circulation. These signs may not all appear at once, and they may not be immediately obvious, but when they do, they often signal that the body is preparing for its final transition. For many families, this is a difficult reality to accept. The instinct is to fight, to encourage a loved one to eat more, move more, or push through exhaustion. But sometimes the greatest act of love is recognizing when the body is speaking and responding with compassion rather than resistance. Understanding these signs isn't about fearing death. It's about being prepared for it. It's about ensuring that the final months of life are filled with peace, dignity, and love. Because in the end, what matters most isn't prolonging time. It's making the time that remains as meaningful as possible. If this video resonated with you, let us know in the comments. Share one thing you learned and how you plan to use it in your life. And if you found this helpful, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay informed. Thank you for being here, and remember, you are not alone on this journey. Also, if you like the video, you can comment and like to support me.